Oh, look who decided to come to dinner.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
Wait, no, I haven't. This is my goddamn motherfucker. You goddamn.
Yo, this is a very, very fucking special episode we got going on over here. We gotta put some music on that thing. Man. This man you see right here, we got a whole we got some history. We got
to turn up.
That voice you hearing right here, this man you seeing right here on that camera, it's my nigga Izzy.
What up, though?
Hey, shit probably about to get real heavy with this man. He know a whole lot about a whole lot. And a little bit by a little bit. You know what I mean? Hey, we all over the place on this one.
For sure. Been a long time.
Back in the motherfucking saddle with So You Wanna Talk motherfucking production. You hoes thought we was down, but we ain't pimped down, baby. Look, you know what? I'm gonna save it. I got a whole lot of shit. You know what I mean? Got a whole lot of shit I want to say. And this is being recorded on one of our owns, that boy Sav's birthday. It's today.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Sav.
birthday, my baby. But shit, man. This is just exciting for me as when my cousin was over here, my nigga Oh Wells. It's like, nigga, we had to name that one. Where do we start? Cause nigga, where the fuck do we start?
That's the one you used to call Spills?
No. Oh Wells, I don't think you met O.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think you met my cousin O, man, but nigga.
Has Bill Collector ever did a show? Your cousin that you used to call Bill Collector?
No, man, that nigga scared, man. He's scared to come on here. Oh man, you almost had me talk his occupation up, nigga. I try to keep that secret. No, my nigga Bill ain't been on here, man. We've had some guests though.
Give him time. He gonna come on here, man.
Mm-hmm.
The more this motherfucker go up.
Oh yeah,
people gonna gravitate to it.
That's what he waiting on. He does a bad dog, man. I'm waiting for you to get famous before I come on there. I said I ain't gonna want your ass. You know what
you gonna have to. You know what you gonna have to play though. You gonna have to play that at least the sample. You might not play the lyrics, but you gonna have to doom 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 doom. Back then they did both. Now I'm hot. They all on.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna have to play that shit. Oh man. Whew. All that drinking I did yesterday, nigga, that shit burnt going down. I got a goddamn ticket last night.
No.
Parking ticket.
Bitches.
Nigga.
How? Is it a time limit or something?
I went to one parking spot, paid the meter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I left. Went to another parking spot because we ended up going bowling.
I seen that.
And I was drunk, walked right past the meter. Didn't see that bitch till this morning on Google Earth when I'm trying to figure out why the fuck I got the receipt saying I'm good till 10 o'clock. Why the fuck do I got a ticket at 9:51? That's because it was in a whole nother zone.
Damn.
Yep.
You don't even feel like parking on one of them little parking structures where they be like, come in.
Had all the options. Nigga, I parked like right where I parked at. On the street, and then right here it was a little alley where it was apartments where it was just free parking. You just pull right there, and it was a parking spot right there.
That's the one thing I hate about downtown, because it get tricked. That's why I always try and find a motherfucker, even if you gotta pay, just so I don't be wanting to pay no damn ticket. Because you fuck around and put something in the meter, and you never know how long or what the fuck you gonna be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And they fuck around and get you like that. That's why I always try to find one of the motherfuckers that's letting you park. I was so mad Sunday because we already had ran. It was some traffic on 75, and we was in this line, and I'm like, fuck it, like, cause I'm like, everybody was trying to get off at Lafayette, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm like, shit, we damn near about to miss some of the game, so I went around and came up on Jefferson, and then I motherfucking, it was right there on Jefferson. And I seen this little Arabic man, motherfucker was like, I seen it was like Lions parking. I'm like, shit, that's where I'm going. I'm about to park right here. I don't feel like driving around this motherfucker. I'm already late as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shit, let me slide in right here. So it was a nice little parking spot. Before I went on, I'm like, how much? You're like $40. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, they gonna hit
40?
you. They gonna hit you in the head. Yeah, I paid $50 for parking when the last game I went to. I paid $50 for parking, but I was able to park like right there at the entrance.
See, I wish I could have got that. I wish I could have got that, but I was like, shit, we already, and then I'm like, shit, fuck it. I like, cause I got on my my watch, I get a gold shoe every 6,000 steps I get, so I be liking to get that shit. I don't know why, it just make me feel good. Nigga, like, I done got some steps in.
I know.
So I was like, shit, fuck it, we gonna strike to this bitch, son. And we had to walk. It was a nice little walk, but I was like, that's cool. But the one thing that had me mad when we was coming back, because after that, I took them to Fishbones. We ate at Fishbones in Greek Town. So then after we left there, we walking back. Damn near all the parking and everything. Everybody done dispersed and gone home. Lions got their motherfucking head whooped. So niggas was mad in a bitch.
Man.
But it was literally right damn near the next parking lot. Said $5 parking. I say you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Nigga,
if I had to drove up one more street,
bust you in the head.
$5 parking,
nigga.
And it was right now. It was a better spot because the way it was like one way in, one way out. So I was still I had to turn around just to hop back on the Jefferson. So I'm like, shit. It was cool because I had a good time, even though the motherfuckers lost I lost my voice because at the first half the defense was doing good, but the motherfucking offense so sorry, man. That's damn quarterback. I thought Stafford wasn't shit, but damn Jared Goff, ooh,
that nigga's trash.
Garbage truck juice. What Mike Epps saying that one motherfucking cause like what it smell like? Garbage truck juice. He's garbage truck juice, man. Damn. This motherfucker be missing wide open motherfucker. Like if you go, it's YouTubers that YouTube the Lions and shit. Like you got a lot of diehard Lions fans. Right. There's a lot of mixed motherfuckers, but it's this motherfucker named There Goes Mobby in Ohio, and he be just pointing out a lot of Jared Goff's flaws. Even Woodward Sports got a podcast. They was pointing out this motherfucker be missing wide open people because he only look at his first. He don't look at his check downs. He want his first progression because he just play scared. Like he rattled ever since he left from Sean McVay in L.A. and he exposed them and was throwing them up under the bus. I think he lost his confidence because he wasn't that bad. Like, I was like, shit, he a serviceable quarterback until we finally decide to draft another quarterback. We could use him as a bridge to get another quarterback. But, man, this motherfucker, and they got to pay this man. He making $25 million this year. I think he make like $30 million a year. He got like $133 some odd $1 million contract. God damn. And they damn near stuck with his ass. The only good thing about it is we get the LA Rams first round draft pick this year and the first round draft pick next year. Mm. But you gotta make them motherfuckers count. It gotta be worth something because if you don't make them count and them first round draft picks is bust, the general manager gonna look like an ass. Cause you fucked around and did this trade, let Stafford go. When you had other options, motherfuckers just wasn't willing to give up what they wanted. LA Rams was willing to give it up because they knew they like, look, y'all gotta take this motherfucker up off our hands too. Yeah. And they took it. And it looked like at first a lot of motherfuckers was looking like we fleeced them. No, this motherfucker Stafford is shining now. This motherfucker is looking like an all-time great quarterback all of a sudden.
Nigga, that's how it be. Every single player that leaves Detroit, they shine.
They shine.
Whether it's basketball or football.
But see, the main thing that make me mad about that shit, though, is the Fords shitted on Calvin and Barry they didn't want to let them go. Now, I don't want to see Stafford shine. I don't give a fuck about that motherfucker getting no championship. But Barry and Calvin, I ain't give a fuck. I wanted them to go get a championship because they deserved it. I mean, Stafford deserved it too, but I always been on the fence about him. Like, I ain't never really, it's been some instances where I like him and some instances where I'm like, man, he not all that great. And you got so many Detroit fans that just be, they fanboys. They be sucking them off. I'm like, oh my God, he is not all they like. He gotta have, just like Jared Goff gotta have everything right. This nigga got everything. He in a position where he got everything right. He got a top 10 ranked defense. He got motherfucking weapons on the offense. He got Cooper Kupp. He got that Woods character. He got a good ass tight end. His blocking look like is pretty good, and he got a decent. His coach is smart as hell, and now he can open up the playbook more because Stafford is capable of doing shit that Jared Goff can't. Stafford got a cannon on him. Jared Goff don't got no cannon. He can throw the ball, but he can't throw it as far, and he can't throw it in tight windows like that motherfucker Stafford can. So accurate. I give that nigga credit, but now, I don't want to see that nigga win because the more they don't win, the better it is going to be for us in the draft. Because we already going to probably have like one of the top 5 draft picks, maybe number 1 if we don't win a game. I hope we don't go 0-17 because that 08 year when we went 0-16, that shit was bad.
That shit was bad.
That was embarrassing.
Man.
The first motherfuckers to ever go 0-16.
You remember during that time, nigga, at one, what was it, about halfway through the season, I started rooting for him to lose. Because we needed that number 1 draft pick.
Yep. And so, then we got Stafford raggedy ass.
Yeah, don't get that far and then fuck that first round up. Fuck it, go all the way. Lose all these bitches.
Yeah. I don't know. I just want them to win. Please win one, so because that's all motherfuckers gonna be talking about.
First round if we get one.
Y'all 0-7 because everybody got to win except the Lions so far. Yep. The Jaguars got to win. The Dolphins got to win. The Jets got to win.
Damn, nigga, we'll really be the only team in NFL history to go
0-16 and then 0-17. Twice. Because you know they added on a game this year.
Yeah.
So. Man, I ain't trying to see it because we going to be the laughing stock. We already the laughing stock anyway. Everybody call us a poverty team. Mm-hmm. And I be on Bleacher Report going back and forth with so many. What make me mad now is all the motherfuckers from LA coming to the Bleacher Report comments of the Detroit Lions community. And they start talking all that shit. Yeah, how y'all like God. They be trolling the fuck out of us. I'm like, man, y'all hoe ass nigga. Like, if this motherfucker get hit the right way, that old fucked up ass back he got, then what y'all gonna do? And karma gonna be a bitch then. That part, motherfuckers. Y'all better hope that motherfucker don't get hit the right way. We might do it. Because we about to play them bitches this Sunday.
You know what he gonna be like? That nigga hitting the flow.
My back, my neck, and my back.
Man. Well, yeah, shit, man. Fucking crazy.
Hell yeah.
That is fucking crazy, man.
Get a little bit more for my troubles.
Yeah, they got you riled up off these Lions, man.
These damn Lions, man. It was this lady that had a Lions shirt on that said, I'm
about to get a little bit more than
something about the Lions.
Policies.
The Lions make me I seen her and another dude with it on said the Lions make me drink or something like that. They had it on they had shirts made that said that shit. I'm like, damn. Wow. It's that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, cause shit, man. Just switching to basketball. Nigga, I had high hopes when we got Blake. This nigga came. He didn't do what Rasheed did. Cause it was like when we got Rasheed, that was like the missing piece.
Yeah.
And we just dominated
that piece that we needed.
Yeah.
And we was able to dominate. And that defense was.
And I thought Blake was gonna come over. I thought we was about to have a repeat.
Detroit basketball.
Man, I thought we was about to relive that moment.
Hell no, cause he don't got no fucking defense. He just all flash, and then the bitch ain't play worth a fuck when he got here.
As soon as he leave,
got injured, and then as soon as he leave, now he shining in Brooklyn, dunking and all of that shit. This nigga never dunked when he was here.
Man, I start to think they do that shit on purpose. Like,
they do.
They
do when they don't want to be here, man. Because a lot of people, it's not an attractive town because when you ain't winning. You know, what else is it to do? I mean, now they done revamp. I mean, they got downtown popping and shit. You know, you got the outskirts that be popping, but the weather. Because once it get cold, it get cold.
It's cold.
So you fuck.
Yep.
So, you know, it ain't that weather and shit.
I wish we would have got Iverson in a better condition. We got him at the end of his career.
At the tail end when he was like, I want to hit these Ninos and fuck these hoes. That's all I want to do.
Man.
I just want to hit these Ninos.
He still be coming out here, coming to the casino.
I just bet he do.
Yeah, he was just out here, a couple weeks ago. Man, my cousin, bill collector, nigga took, he sent me a random picture. He like, man, look, Iverson been out here at Greektown since last night. He sent the picture. Iverson nigga posted up. Nigga by himself, chilling.
I heard he be coming in there with a big ass bag of money.
That's what he said. He said that nigga had a table. Only him and his mans was the only people able to gamble on his table. Everybody else had to stand around and watch. He didn't want nobody else on that table. This was the same weekend 50 Cent was out here, you know, for the BMF promotion and all of that. And then he was hitting the liquor stores, you know, promoting his alcohol and stuff. Okay. It was that same weekend because 50 Cent was down there at the casino too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Detroit is definitely popping now, but motherfuckers would fuck with us more if we was winning. Yeah. If we was winning, that'll erase all the other shit, like besides the violence and all of that shit that we got going on, the typical hood shit, any inner city. But
is we still considered a hockey town?
You know, hell no, not right now. They losing too, ain't they? They been in rebuild mode for a minute. They trying to get it right now. They on the verge of getting it right. They got the right person as a general manager. They got Steve Eiserman as the general manager. You know, he was the captain when we was winning.
Yeah,
so,
I didn't know that.
So now, you know, he got it, and he took Tampa. He made that Tampa Bay team, whatever I don't know the name of the hockey team, but the reason that they in the position they in now is because of Stevie Y. So.
Is Joe D still the GM here?
It's Troy Weaver. Before that, I forgot who else.
So Joe D been gone
for a minute. Yeah, he should be. That motherfucker picked Darko Milicic over Carmelo Anthony. The fuck was you thinking, Joey?
Man, I don't know what the fuck was going on with that shit, nigga.
He had a brain fart like a motherfucker when it was time to go to the podium and make that decision.
And then Darko left and got a ring.
No, he got his ring here sitting on the bench.
That's what it was.
He got a garbage ring.
Yeah.
A rookie motherfucker wasn't doing shit. I seen something. I didn't watch the whole they had a little thing on them for ESPN about a year or two ago.
That 30 for 30?
It wasn't a 30 for 30, but it was something on ESPN and they was showing him and the motherfucker, like, I guess he, you know, got depressed and started drinking and shit, and then he wound up, I guess, going back overseas to where I think he Russian or Yugoslavian or something.
Milicic?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So he was talking about how he fell out of the league, how he just kind of like.
I wonder what the fuck happened to Yao Ming, like how, because it was just like he was
injured.
Because he was
I think
here 1 minute and gone the next.
I'm like back injuries and stuff. I thought he was gonna be a beast for a minute. That was like the only person that could compete with Shaq in his prime.
Yeah, that's how they played him. But then Vince Carter started dogging this nigga. Vince Carter started walking this nigga up and down the court.
Everybody started dunking on him. That nigga Kobe dunked on him vicious too. Yeah. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. I mean, Vince Carter, man, that nigga played for 3 generations.
Yeah.
3 generations, man.
That was a bad motherfucker, man.
Yeah, he was.
That motherfucker was the truth, man.
Yep.
Especially
I think the only reason he retired was because of COVID. Because I think before
No, I think it was getting that time. He was getting up in age and
yeah, because you know he
was
started
time.
doing those press runs. So I was no, I'm gonna still play. And then when shit got shut down, he was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm retired.
Yeah, it was that time. You know, father time catch up to you, so it's better to go out on your own than fuck around and get injured or
he went out
and fuck around and don't
What you need, baby?
You got juice over there?
Nope. And we done ran through that little half a man. Should have had you grab a hole and just took my card. But yeah, shit, man. Motherfucking. Who else? Matt. Jason Williams. He's still they still ain't giving him his flowers yet. White chocolate.
Oh man, white
still
chocolate
ain't giving
cold.
him his flowers yet.
It was super cold. He was doing a lot of shit before before Curry and them got to the league.
He had the crossover passes, let alone the
hit that
dribbles.
motherfucker off your elbow though, man. He was cold. He was super cold.
Yeah. And then like that shit I used to love the fact that how he used to play, you know what I'm saying, how him and Randy Moss used to dog.
I was just about to say, you know him and Randy Moss played in high school together.
How they used to dog him, man. They used to be dogs out there. But you know, like Randy Moss said, he had to make a choice. Yeah. And he wanted football, which was pretty much the better choice because he became a legend.
Who your favorite wide receiver?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, so we got Herman Moore, we got Jerry Rice, we got we got Deion Sanders. Man, prime time.
He was more so a cornerback. Every now and then they'll put him in on offense.
that nigga was an all around player. He was a Bo Jackson.
He was so cold because he played like a receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why he was so good at locking receivers down because he thought like a receiver.
And he didn't have to put that as much wear and tear because he had Troy Aikman on his side. He had Emmitt Smith on his side. You know what I mean? I mean, when he was with the Falcons, he was a beast, though. Yeah, he was a beast. But when he went
since he came out of college,
when he went to Dallas, oh my god,
he was a beast. When he played with the 49ers, because you know he got one with Jerry Rice and them and Steve Young.
Yep. And then we got shit, man. We got Megatron.
Back a punch.
Oh yeah, that's a
no.
Oh okay.
That's the tart pop.
Okay.
I didn't want to. That's for me.
I
earned it. No, I would break it down. I was like, can't do you like that.
Yeah. Okay. I feel you. Oh yeah, that tart pop ain't bad.
Tart pop is good.
Oh, you really spoke like that. Every now and then I get some weed from my brother or something.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead. I told I told you be bringing that sauce to it. Let's get it.
Now with your marijuana preferences,
you can blow that candle out, baby, and move that thing.
Do you have a? Okay, let me word it this way. I like hybrids and I like indicas.
Okay.
This is a hybrid.
Okay. I prefer indicas, but if I do an indica,
put you down.
Yeah, I'd rather be at home or somewhere where I'm comfortable.
You don't like the Fruity Pebbles.
But
the Fruity Pebbles, it just made me be like, I just want to sit here.
But a sativa that I have had that I like sativas because like if I feel like I need to do some shit, I could do it.
So you an overthinker.
I could be high as hell.
Bring you down.
Yeah.
I need something to keep me at my level. I want to move. So I need something to add to that. Because I did the Fruity Pebbles and I'm like, this shit, I just stayed in the room. I ain't want to do nothing. I wasn't paying attention to YouTube. That's how I be. If I get an indica, but see the indicas for at nighttime when you ready to chill and unwind.
And the indica is the body or the head?
The body.
The indica and the hybrid is body.
Okay. Sativa's
all head high.
Yeah, that's the one I don't like.
Because
why not? Because you could function all day. Like you ain't gonna have couch lock.
No, I get to thinking too much.
Okay.
I get to thinking too much. That's that. You know, that played a part when, you know what I'm saying, hitting that shit, it'd be like, why I even do this? And then I just be in my head, nigga.
Before I met you, when I first started in QMC, when I was in the metal finish building, because that's where I had met Ernie and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one that had the Range Rover.
Yeah.
So it was this one white boy in there, and I think he had a homeboy that was growing. And this was, you know, this like 011.
When Strong's wasn't that popular like that. Well, it was popular, but not like how it is now.
This was the greatest sativa I've ever had in my life. It was called Cinderella 99.
Cinderella 99.
That shit was fire.
So you had a good peak.
And then my brother, he would always, you know what I'm saying, come. He'd come from the east side with some weed, and I know it was probably some indica or something. And he'd be like, "Man, we gonna match each other. We gonna smoke some of this, and we gonna smoke your shit." But he loved that Cinderella 99. I used to get it from the end of. He got to the point where he used to be bugging me because he was one of the ones that got laid off. Because you know, when they was doing that metal finish shit, they was laying people off real quick.
That's how you ended up over there with me and shit.
Yep. Because I was laid off for 6 months before I got over there and built on one with you. Yep.
So you like leave, you like
because that shit, nigga.
I always, when I first started smoking in college, my homeboy Chris from my old neighborhood off Dexter and Linwood, he got me hip to smoking, and we were smoking blunts. But then we had a older cat that he was up there. He was 24. He was from the east side. His name was Corey. We called him Cole. Cole he rolled up a joint one day, and I just loved the way the joint hit. It gave me like a different high from the blunt.
It gave your body, it gave you more relaxed.
Yeah.
I don't like joints.
And then he, you know what I'm saying? He gave me a joint one day, and I was like, damn, I like this. Then I fucked around and went to the store and got a joint roller. And once I got that joint roller, because motherfuckers don't know how to roll joints, because if you hitting it, you like always gotta like them bitches. That's when you get frustrated. You don't want to hit them. But when you got the joint roller and you know how to roll them right, because you can fuck around with the joint roller and roll them too tight. You got to keep lighting it still. But man, I used to get that joint roller, and I'd be like, give me a little bit of weed, and I'll roll me a joint. Y'all can smoke that blunt. I used it for my grandma. I prefer.
You remember when I used to buy them fruity papers? I don't know if you was still working.
But I'm smoking with my niggas. I prefer like a wood. What's this? Okay, this.
That's the only leaf I buy.
It's nice though.
You fuck with the leaves too?
Yeah. I fuck with whatever somebody rolling. Cause I don't really, I know I ain't never rolled a backwood, but I always smoking when I'm with my brother. He smoked backwoods.
Shit, nigga, you a classic smoker, nigga. That's what it is.
Yeah. And then when I got the GM, my homeboy Sterling, he an old cat. He in his late 50s, so he smoking out the bowl. He's
smoking out the bowl.
Yeah.
You like the bowl? You like bowl?
I like the bowl too. The bong I can't hit. That motherfucker hurt my chest, man. I wish I could, but that bitch.
You try the pens?
Yeah, I like the pen. I think I hit the pen when we was in QMC with somebody.
I fuck with those heavily because they get you high as fuck. Especially like, I like smoking it. Like if we out and about and I can't roll up, I hit that bitch. I hit it all down here. Or if I roll up a good blunt and the high coming down, I'm good. If the high coming down, I hit that pen and they bring it right back up. It's something about the pen that I love.
Yeah.
The one I would not recommend is called Mittens. It's this my favorite weed is Miracle Alien Cookie. That's my favorite.
Okay.
So I found one in a pen. Miracle Alien Cookie. The pen wasn't as good as the previous pen I had. The pen I had before that was by Drip, and it was called Birthday Cake. I love that strand. That shit had me high as fuck.
I heard of Birthday Cake. I
don't like the mitten ones because, you know, like when you smoke come out the bottom. So you losing some of your oil in your smoke.
Okay.
And it's coming out every time you puff. It just comes out.
Yeah, they got that. They ain't got that fucking seal.
I remember at one point in time when Reggie's was still a thing. He used to always have her with the Reggies because he was like, you couldn't fuck with the exotic shit.
Just talking like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, because I kind of felt bad that because he always was like, well, your weed level is gonna increase, and I was like,
I told her like once you start smoking that loud shit,
I started smoking more loud.
You gonna get off them Reggies.
That's when I really started smoking loud like that with her and her boo. And I'm like, fuck. So when we kept buying the Reggies, I was like, this shit ain't getting me high, man. Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm wasting money here. So he was like, just put more in the blunt or smoke more. Still did that. And I was like, that ain't the same, man. So the last Reggies he bought me, I done had that shit for almost, 2 months. I'm finally
They can still sell Reggies? I didn't even know that shit still exists.
Like a little.
You can still find some good ones too.
I was just nitpicking that shit because I felt bad because I'm like, damn, I like Strongs, but I don't want to be the one to keep buying Strongs.
Because I used to be like, aren't you gonna like? No, she don't really fuck with it. Like,
no, the first time he got me some Strongs, I kind of because I don't do them that often. I kind of freaked out, and he was in the living room playing a game, and I was in a room watching YouTube, and it felt like I couldn't breathe, and my heart was racing. So I come in the living room, tell this dummy, he gonna say, just go lay down. You'll be okay.
Drink some water.
Right, drink some water.
You know that? Hey, you know that's my go-to. Drink some water.
Your mama used to say that shit. Go drink some water. You'll be okay. No, now my stomach hurting worse because you just told me to go. You know how like when you wake up too early and you drink water and your stomach hurt? That's the type of hurt I begin. I'm like, I don't want no fucking water. Just come here and talk to me or something. And I'm scared. Like he ate some edibles or whatever. His high was funny because he don't get high. So it was funny to see him like that. I felt like if I eat the edibles, I'm going to go to the hospital. Because I'm going to be too high.
I hate that feeling.
I'll be like, help me. And then you can't bring the high down no matter what you do. With weed, I feel like I can smoke this nigga once as I want to and still control my high and not feel like, oh my God, I'm panicking. But with an edible, I feel like it's in my system and I can't.
Because it get to your bloodstream way faster.
That's the thing. And it stays there. With the weed, you only high for a certain amount of time and then it comes down. Every time I've been watching YouTube videos of people doing edibles, I be watching the extreme ones where they doing like 500, 5,000.
Oh yeah, we've been watching some videos, man.
These niggas be crazy. Oh boy, did 26 dabs in one sitting.
Damn.
I was like, he didn't know what to do. He was just screaming.
I don't like the dab stuff neither. My brother be trying to. My brother Big Boy be trying to get me to do the dab.
If it ain't a pen or something, I don't want it because you make me feel like a
shit on the
Yeah, you gotta heat that shit up. I watch, like I told you, I watch a lot of them videos. And you gotta use a torch to heat it up. Yeah. And if you don't put it in right, you waste your oil, so it's gonna drip down to the bottom. Oh, see, I'm too much into this shit now.
And you gotta catch it or something like that. Like,
and then you gotta go real fast with it and swiggle and then take it off and then put it back. I'm like, that's not enjoyable.
And then the shit hit hard, and they like, no, catch it all. I'm like, man, I can't do no more.
I do blinkers. Have you did blinkers with your oil?
Never heard of it.
It's called, go on YouTube, type in blinkers. Blinkers is...
She gonna explain it.
Where you take your pen, and every pen do this, you just gotta learn your pen.
Okay.
My pen, you tap it twice, and that's the blinker. And the blinker is where you try to inhale all the smoke until the light go out. So the light is like at least 3 minutes or so. Ooh. And you gotta inhale.
It ain't 3 minutes.
Like a few minutes.
It's like 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay.
It just feel, you know, it feels long.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you gotta inhale all of it without going. You can't take your mouth off of it. You just gotta keep inhaling.
So you know that 30 seconds, it'll feel like 30
minutes. Chest on fire.
I tried it, nigga. I threw up.
I ain't never threw up off the weed.
And she done watch some videos where niggas will smoke that whole cartridge of the oil while they sitting there.
Oh, they true smokers.
It could be editing too, you know what I mean? But at the same time.
But I watch the ones where they be turned, where they like, no, we doing this. We about to get fucked up. Like I showed him one video where they took weed in this big ass mansion. And they took, what was it, coal or some shit? Remember when they smoked out the whole house in that rich neighborhood?
What they did was, first, they went outside, they lighted a bunch of charcoal and shit, right? Then they put them in these like little mini like barbecue grills. So they had the hot coal in there. They put 1,000 grams of weed. It was flowers and wax.
Together.
Laid all that shit on there.
Kilo of weed.
And smoked out this whole mansion.
A mansion. You know how
they
big
was only able to sit in that bitch for like 5 minutes. Everybody just rushed outside.
Nobody. Like you couldn't see shit in the house.
No, that shit.
If I was standing in front of you, you wouldn't know I was in front of you. That's how big that shit was.
It took them like
real hot box.
It took them like 8-9 hours to clear the house out.
The smoke looked like the house was on fire.
Like when everybody, when everybody ran out, it was daytime. Mm-hmm. It didn't switch all the way to nighttime. You still couldn't see through the windows.
Nope.
They whole kilo of weed.
And they was in that bitch coughing. I'm like, I would have been dead. I watched Hot Box Cars, but that's different. You smoked out a whole fucking mansion.
Yeah.
And you couldn't see shit.
Rich ass white boys out there. You could tell they was in Cali.
And they had windows closed and all of that shit, right?
All of that shit.
They showed you everything in that bitch was closed.
That shit was wild.
I was like, that's a whole damn day.
Man, that's a different type of high.
I don't want to do shit after that.
Hell no.
I never even did a Hot Box Car. So it's like, I know y'all fucked up. Because watching them doing it in the car, they can barely survive in the car.
Yeah.
They be getting out and shit. Because it's called, some of them is called challenges. Like the 5 blunt.
We got a small interruption. I hate to let y'all know, but you know, the camera footage just went out. But you know, the show's still going. So y'all just gonna see the picture up right now. But keep listening. We still going.
For sure.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Like a lot of them be crazy. I watched a lot of different ones. Like it's this one boy I really like. This nigga be wildin'. He be drinking fucking. What was it he drinking? Remember the white boy I showed you that was drinking all them beers? How he did like 36 beers and he drank them all at the table.
I wasn't watching that with you.
Smoking. You seen him a few times. The one nigga that was which one?
Getting fucked up.
Psycho Mike shit.
Man, remember that motherfucker used to have them 40s duct taped to his hands?
And with 40 hands.
One dude that I follow, I think he liked. The one white boy that you didn't know, it was the same boy.
Yeah, like this nigga, his early videos, long hair, no tattoos, just, you know, regular little white boy, had his glasses on. Then you could see the change in how, like, as time went on, and his channel was blowing up and shit like that. He cut his hair down, got that shit styled up, nigga, tattoos all on his face and shit. Nigga, new vehicles, nigga, whole new car, whole new house, all that shit.
Daily vlogs of him just smoking, showing you different weed,
and that shit done took his
waxes,
ass. That shit done took his ass.
It's amazing how you could just monetize anything.
But it's like you do this on a daily, so it's like
But the thing is,
sit up here and smoke, and then he gets
people want to see it
through weed companies. So I'm like, nigga, do you know how much weed I have? If I just sit up there and just like fucking,
people want to see it.
I watch it,
because especially if you informational about what you smoking and shit like that, then people gonna want that information. Like just how you will get some shit and then go look it up.
Yeah.
That's how these people getting
on.
on.
The one dude that you like that be taking his shirt off all the time.
Yeah, this
he went
nigga
to a convention.
This nigga is
everything
funny.
there.
That's the nigga that did the 20. He did 24 dab hits.
Yeah,
and he had 24 different bombs he pulled out. That nigga dabbed on each one of them bitches. Now the first one, big old dab, boom, hit that bitch. This nigga in the chair swaying. That second one, he like, oh shit. He like, hold on. After that, nigga, the bitches
taking his shirt off. Like when he get high, he starts taking that bitch off. That's how you know it's kicking in.
After that, nigga, all his dabs got little. They was getting littler and littler. And then he got about to like 10. He like, shit, I'm surprised y'all ain't got the nips yet. Hold on. Took his shirt off. Nigga, he ended the video with that last one. He like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through it. And then he like, man, I need to go to sleep.
Damn.
As soon as he hit that last one, nigga, he was in the chair like, nigga, mouth open, eyes closed.
He's like, ah! He got high as fuck. He don't be knowing what to do. He
getting fucked up and getting paid for it.
I'm like, nigga, if I would have did this years ago, I would have. My channel probably would have.
All you gotta do is just have the knowledge of the weed and just you presenting it and make it so where when people look up certain strands or certain types
and I like certain things, I like
your video will pop up.
Like when he do his edibles, he show you the beginning of when he first eat it. Like sometimes he'll tell you I'm taking an edible on an empty stomach to get the full effect.
Okay.
Then sometimes he'll take the edible, then go to a restaurant and eat, and then tell you the after effect while he's eating.
Okay.
Because I get to give you a different high if you don't eat versus you eat.
I ain't never had an edible not on an empty stomach. I had shrooms on an empty stomach. The first day that I decided to go vegan, I ate shrooms on an empty stomach.
That's mushrooms.
Yep.
Did you have a trip?
I just felt real good.
Yeah.
I felt real comfortable.
Remember the one boy was like, you gotta have a blanket. You gotta make sure it's all soft and cozy. He like, you want to be at home, not outside.
Yeah, I was at home.
He like, you gotta have somebody with you.
I went out on the balcony. We was staying at my mama's condo, and my brother was there with me. I went out on the balcony. Man, I just feel good. I just felt.
Did everything get vibrant and? Cause like
no, I didn't see no colors or nothing, but I just felt calm and relaxed. And they starting to they trying to make it so that it could be decriminalized.
Yeah.
Because they trying to help people for depression and stuff like that.
He do mushrooms. The one dude I watch on YouTube too, he do mushrooms because I was curious about. Not me personally for mushrooms. I just wanted to see if it was on YouTube. And he breaks down like everything you need for mushrooms. Like if you panicking, he got this one little medicine that you take and it stops the whole.
Damn, he got that shit to a science.
Yeah, he got it all the way down, and he's telling you this because he wants you to be safe.
Right.
He wants you that's
the same dude that sell the mushroom blankets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he sell blankets
like actual blankets.
Yeah,
it's like they look like what's the name of them things that 50 used to sell?
You know the little blankets with the hoodie. And it's made like this material.
Yeah.
And it got like weird designs on it sometimes. That type of blanket.
Snuggies.
Okay.
Snuggies,
they like snuggies.
Yeah.
And he make that because he said some people like when they take mushrooms, certain stuff feel different.
Okay.
So it's best for you to have something cozy, something that's good on your skin, something that you just
like as if you did a Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I don't
just rub the wall.
You gotta be. He said have someone that you trust around you and. Go into it with a positive mind. Don't be thinking nothing negative because you can have a bad trip and all this shit. He said, don't do it outside because you might wander off and then you go somewhere you don't know where the fuck you at.
But I heard you is supposed to do it in nature, but you're supposed to once again have somebody around that you
some
trust.
People with the nature, like he broke that down. With nature, people think nature is a better option because you're around the trees, you're around birds, you're around wind. But he said that shit can make a bad trip for you. Cause I guess it could turn backwards on your ass. So you might see all these leaves animals.
And they might start
talking
to you
what
and
the fuck
shit.
you might find. But he said, do not do it in nature. That's the first thing he said. Do not do it in nature.
Okay.
He like you got.
I guess unless you're used to it.
Yeah, but if it's your first time, he like start off at home.
I wouldn't mind doing shrooms again.
Once he ate that shit, he was just like.
Yeah, that nigga was tripping.
Okay.
That nigga was tripping.
He was like, I feel it tingling.
I wanna try that ayahuasca plant, that DMT.
I've never heard of that.
It's grown in South America and then they boil it and brew it in a tea. And it's we already got the chemical DMT in our brain. I think it's called dimethyltryptamine. It's this long ass name.
Right.
But it I guess like it make you like it's the ultimate high. Now they say the only thing that's stronger than the ayahuasca is the shit that Mike Tyson be talking about, that magic toad, where I guess it's something that you get from the toad and you can smoke it and shit. But that it's like a spiritual. It's a spiritual high because you like see things that you would never see. Your life kind of like flash before your eyes and all of that stuff.
I'll be like, I'm dead, babe. I'm
like
dead.
You might see people that's been passed, your family members or something that's been passed on.
I know, that's a freak.
But at the same time, and then I know you they call it purging. Like you gotta have somebody there with you that's not doing it. Because you start vomiting after a while. But they say it's only like maybe 15, 20 minutes, I think.
That's not fun seeing somebody that died. Like,
I
would be like,
I would want to see what's on the other side or see my life, because they say that shit happen to you if you get shot or if you when you die and shit. So it's like a near-death experience, and you never know what it might bring because it might bring you to some type of enlightenment. It might make you think a certain way where you you might have viewed something a certain way, but after you come from out of that high, you might view it different. You see things from a different perspective.
Famous people be going to these little foreign countries and taking medicines and all
yeah,
that
that's an
shit.
ayahuasca retreat. Because it's the plant is in South America, but they got ayahuasca retreats here in the United States, but they got them overseas too.
A lot of fucking celebrities would go to these foreign places and they come back and say, "Oh, I got more spiritual," and every single one said they took something. It wasn't just a natural thing. They even left out before she passed away. She went to a foreign country to see that one doctor. He gave her some type of medicine to help her.
Oh yeah,
see something.
You can't talk about left out with him. He gonna tell you everything.
I know, but I'm saying she went. I'm just using her as an example.
No, I'm just cracking a joke.
But it's just like she went there to get enlightenment about her life because she kept feeling like death was following her. Like she said that and everything. She felt like death was following her. So she wanted to go there to see what is this demon that she feel been following her this whole time. Because like she said, when she got there, she had a little boy named James Lopez. And she said that meant something because what was the coincidence of the child having last name Lopez? So after that, that's when they were saying that she started acting a little more like, not weird, but like weird, strange.
Yeah, that could have been a previous. That could have been a previous family member that she never met. That came back.
And that really hit her hard. And that hit her hard as hell.
It gave her some kind of enlightenment and some kind of peace.
She paid for the boy's funeral. She paid for everything. Because she was like...
she ended up meeting the boy?
She ended up meeting his family after, because they had to go find the people to tell the people that the boy got hit.
Yeah.
Oh.
So when she met the family in an interview, they all sat there, and the family, they wasn't mad, they wasn't upset. They was like, they understood what she meant. But she went to go get closure, and she kept saying that she's not coming back. Like,
that's wild.
That's crazy how they think and how forgiving they was about that. Like, we know it wasn't intentional. Imagine if she hit our kid, we probably have been mad than a motherfucker. Like, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we know you made a mistake, but damn, that's real as hell.
Because she was famous. That culture is just what they do.
Culture.
You know? So they forgave her. She paid for everything. And, over there, it don't cost that much. But still,
Did Brandy do the same thing when she killed that motherfucker?
I didn't follow Brandy.
I'm pretty sure she paid for the funeral and stuff.
I know she did that 5 years.
I know, like a lawsuit or something like that.
I just think back on
more than likely she paid that shit.
Her feeling like that and then her dying there. Because she said she wasn't coming back. So she had to know something. And I believe in that from personal experience, truthfully, because, not to get all personal, but when my father passed away, when they say people act a certain way before they pass away, I felt it. I knew it. Like, even with Granny, she wasn't, the day that she had that surgery, I told you this plenty of times, she wasn't acting her normal self. And I just had a bad feeling behind it. And I was just like, something is wrong. The same feeling I had with my daddy. I'm like, something's wrong. Because y'all don't act like... If you know a person's behavior every day, you're going to notice. Like, this ain't your normal behavior. And she didn't come back either.
I got two... I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I got two important people in my life that... I know that they knew it was their time.
Yeah.
My brother's father... when I was in college. And at the same time, my grandfather, it was April 4th, 2004. That day I went over to his crib and he was smoking. It was shit that he normally didn't do around us. It would be rare if we seen him smoking and shit. And he was smoking. And we had these two dogs over there named Lady and Debo. And there was this Indian man, because he was in Farmington. There was this Indian man that stayed over the next door. He had a big ass land of grass and stuff. And they ran over there to the Indian and started barking at him and shit. And he was like, Lady and Debo, get over here. And they came over. As soon as he called them over, the Indian man was tripping like, you need to get your dogs under control. You need to like tripping.
Right.
And my brother's daddy he wasn't for no bullshit. Like, you ain't gonna just be checking him or no shit like that. He was a for real beast out here. And he didn't even yell at this man. He was like, you see, I got him calm, right? And he was like, you see, as soon as I called him over here, they came. In the calmest manner, he didn't even get rah-rah back with the Indian dude. And he ain't say shit. The Indian dude shut the fuck up and got the fuck on. And as he was walking in the house, I was like, man, you handled that real calm. And he ain't say nothing. He just kept walking past. He was giving, he gave me like a couple of jerseys. I don't even think I got them no more. He gave me like a couple of jerseys in the Ziploc bag. That's why I was telling you earlier, like, make sure you got them Kaepernick jerseys in a nice little, big Ziploc bag until you can frame them. And he had he gave me the jersey. He was still hitting this blunt, and I'm talking about like really hitting that, like catching all the smoke, and he pulling that motherfucker. And I'm like, he really didn't smoke around us like that. I was 18. My other brothers, they was younger. They was like just coming into their teenage years. Yeah. So he really wasn't smoking around us like that. It would be rare, like if we was at a party at night and we just so happened to see him smoking with the rest of his friends. He never really smoked around us, but he was smoking around us that day. And then he was like, he was like, you want to go with us? And I was getting ready to go back to college because we was on like a little vacation. And I was like, I got to wash my clothes with my girlfriend and stuff. And we getting ready to, I'm going to go, my granddad, we had plans to go to the movies. Because my granddad was real sick too. He had diabetes real bad. And you know what I'm saying? He was real sick. So I wanted to spend as much time with him as I could. Because these like two important father figures in my life. Mm-hmm. So I'm spending my time with him. And then was going to spend time with my granddad later on. My granddad wound up being, you know what I'm saying, too sick to even go to the movies later on. We found out when I left them, but he was like, we'll see you later, T, because that's what they call me Tion, but he would call me T for short. So he was like, we'll see you later, T. And I remember I was sitting there with my girl at late night. We in the chair together waiting on our clothes to dry and shit. And my mama come down in the den, because we was in the den. And I see her with tears in her eyes. And I'm like, the fuck going on? And I just was like, something ain't right. You know, I don't never see my mama cry. So she was like, you got to take Erica home and then come back. And I dropped her off. I was like, something don't feel right. I was like, I think something happened to my granddaddy. I'm thinking it's my granddad. So I'm like, man, something happened to my granddad. I was like, my mama was crying, man, when she came and told me to take you home. It's like, all right. So I dropped her off. By the time I dropped her off, she like, we got to go to Farmington. I'm like, Farmington? What the fuck we going there for? I'm thinking it's my granddad. So, my brother Big Boy, he calling me. I'm on Telegraph and 9 Mile. He like, you got to get here right now. Get here right now, pronto. So we pull up, and it was me, my brother, my mama. We hopped in my car. We pulled up. I think my little sister was with us. We pulled up. We got to the house, and it just the vibe seemed weird because there was a lot of people there. Mm-hmm. A lot of motherfuckers there. So I seen one of my aunties run out the house and just like squat and start crying. And I'm like, what the fuck going on? Still not thinking it's him because he like such our superhero. You would never think it was him. Right. So we get in the house. Everybody just looking sad. Everybody looking sad. We don't know what the fuck going on. And then we all sit down, and my brother's mother, because he was with, that's good. He was with her at the time, and he was like, she came and was like, tears in her eyes, like, they said he ain't make it. And I'm like, what? And the whole house just erupt because he got nieces and nephews over there. Like I said, my brother's father took care of a lot of kids. Like he had 7 himself and 2 other ones that he took care of, which was me and my sister's they sister. So he took care of like 9 kids on a daily and umpteen million nieces and nephews and shit. And he really influenced and helped a lot of people out here, and the whole house just erupted. And like I said, he felt different that day. Like his whole energy, his whole vibe was different. He seemed more calm and at peace. And he got shot up at Starters on not Joy Road, on Plymouth, at the like Plymouth and Evergreen area. That the first Starters they had. After that, they went to Fairlane and downtown and all of that shit. And he knew the man in there. They say when the man seen him laid out, and man, he just hit his knees like, man, cause he helped that man out. He had invested in that bar. That was one. And then the very next year, my grandfather, he knew. He was like real calm that day. It was like an Easter Sunday, and he had to go get a stent put in his heart. He had to go get some stents put in his heart. And he was like, I'm finna have this surgery. We was talking about the Pistons, because at the time the Pistons was doing good. He was calling Chauncey Billups a bone. He was like, sometimes he played like a bonehead. And I think at the time Michigan State was doing good. He was like, yeah, Michigan State gonna be all right. He was like, I think they're gonna be all right in March Madness, because March Madness was going on. They was getting ready to take him to the hospital after we had dinner and shit. So he was like, they just getting ready to put a pacemaker in my heart, T. He called me T too. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. He kept saying that shit. So they took him to the hospital. We wound up going home, and he calls me that night, while he, while he up in the hospital. Before the next day, he having a surgery on Monday. Mm-hmm. He says, he's still talking about basketball and all of that stuff. They just getting ready to running it by me again. They just getting ready to put these stents in my heart. I'll be all right, T. I'll be out in a minute. I love you. I love you too, Granddad. Next morning, my mama called me like, y'all got to get to Beaumont Hospital. And he had I guess they said he had an aneurysm on the table. When they was putting the last stent in his heart, he went away, and he told my grandma, like, I don't want to be a vegetable. I don't want nobody having to take care of me or wipe my ass and none of that. So he had they waited for my auntie, because she was in Ohio. All of his kids was there. My Uncle Ray, he was locked up, so he was the only kid. They had 6 kids. He was the only kid that wasn't there to see him, but they waited till all the kids got there and pulled the plug. But yeah, them 2 people for sure that I know, and I feel they energy, they knew that they was getting ready to cross over to the other side. They knew it was a wrap. Just their demeanors and how calm they was and how cool they was. I think people know, and they start getting they try and get all their affairs in order and shit. And that's weird how motherfuckers know when they about to go.
Yeah. So, that's my daddy. He acted strange the whole night. And again, I ain't never seen my daddy cry at all. We was watching court TV, and it was a funeral on TV, and we ain't know these people. We ain't know nothing. And he just bust out crying, and we all looking at him like, "What the fuck is wrong with him?" And he just turned to my mom and was like, "Promise me that you will always take care of the girls." And my mom was like, "Yeah, I promise." We ain't paying no attention. So he go outside. Long story short, my daddy ended up getting killed. Whatever.
Dang. Sorry
but his whole behavior was just weird that night. And I was just like, something is up. I don't know what's up, but something is up. And that same feeling was with my granny. She ended up going in because she needed the same thing that your granddad needed in her heart. Yeah. But when they did the surgery, she ended up having 2 heart attacks. And they supposed to stop once you have a heart attack and see if you could recover afterwards. And they didn't. And then they end up cutting her main artery going through her heart. And once you cut that, you're done. So her whole day she was acting weird. Like she wasn't talking as much. Because normally when I wake up in the morning, Granny would be talking. She'd be like, all right, this time we got to do this, we got to do this, do this. I was like, okay, but that day she was just quiet. And I was like, okay, I'm about to get ready to walk out the door to go to school, so I'm going to see you Thursday, right? And she was like, yeah, I'm going to see you Thursday. So I was like, okay, love you, bye. So when I got home, she wasn't there. So that was on a Tuesday. So Wednesday night, I ended up going out. But that from Tuesday to Thursday, it just, I didn't feel right about something. Like, I'm like, something is up with her. I don't know what's up, but something is up. So I get back home, and then Beverly, which is her daughter, she was like, oh, Granny just called to speak to you. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to call, give me the number to the hospital so I can call her back. And she was like, no, they just put her to sleep. So I'm like, okay. So she should call me tomorrow, right? So she's like, yeah, she should call you tomorrow. And that whole night, I didn't go to sleep because I'm like,
you feeling something?
Yeah, I'm like, I think that was her last phone call. Like, that just kept going through my head. Like, I'm not going to see her Thursday. That I just kept getting that same feeling. And then we all had phones in our room. So, like, if you answer, I can hurry up and pick up to see who you're talking to without saying something. Mm-hmm. So I remember the phone rung. I hurry up and picked it up. And before anybody said something, I just got, like, this sinking feeling to my stomach. And then that's when Beverly was like, hello. And the doctor was like, yeah, we need you to come down here. Something is wrong with your mom, but they want to relay what was going on, because they can't tell you directly what's going on. Mm-hmm. So she left. She didn't tell nobody nothing. She just walked straight out the door. So that day, I'm just up. I'm like, I'm not going to school. I'm about to sit up here. I'm about to wait for her to come back. So from Wednesday night to Thursday morning, Beverly was just saying like, oh, she okay. And, she just sleeping and all that shit. So later on, I was confused on why she was saying that because Granny died Thursday going into the afternoon. And then that night is when they finally brought me up there to see her. Because Beverly didn't want me to see her because she was my foster parent. Okay. So Beverly had to say so if I could see her or not. So I went up there and I seen her and I just told him, like, I knew it. Like, something in my body just kept telling me she wasn't coming back home. Like, and in my heart, I felt like that phone call was her telling me that she wasn't coming back. Yeah. That was going to be her final goodbye. And a lot of times I get mad because I'm like, why did I leave the house? I decided to go hang out and shit instead of waiting there to see if she was going to call her.
Yeah, I be feeling that same way about why did not go with them all day and be with my godfather and hang out, because everybody was up at that bar, that starters bar. Everybody was up there that day, and I was one of the ones that wasn't up there. It be making me think, like, damn.
Do that, because a lot of times I get mad at myself when I think about the situation. But in my heart, I be like, I don't know what other feeling to feel. Yeah. But like disappointment and like closure kind of, like, I came up there and I seen her and I know she was gone, but it was just like my daddy, because when my daddy died, he got shipped off to get buried. I didn't go to his funeral. So
where did he get shipped off to? The
Tennessee.
South?
Yeah, he's from Tennessee.
Okay.
So I didn't get to go to his funeral. I didn't get to say goodbye or none of that. I just went outside and I saw everything that happened, but we don't skip over all that. But
sorry to hear that.
It's still, I think that's the biggest part that like upsets me out of the whole thing. That I was being stupid and didn't think rational. Like, she's sick, I should be here. Like that's the only part I feel I get upset about a lot of times.
That's one of those things that I hope when I ever do the ayahuasca plant or the magic toad, maybe I'll see one of the two of them, because they was like heavy influences in my life. Like, just to feel a little bit of closure and know that I see them when I get on the other side, but just to feel that little bit of closure. I definitely feel closure with my grandfather, because like I said, he called me and, we said we love you and all of that stuff. And I knew that he was like, he was sick and he was tired of going through what he was going through. But he was one of the ones that was determined to eat what he was going to eat, what he wanted to eat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So.
And we be like that. We don't think about it until later on.
Yeah.
And it's just,
And you affect lives too. Like you never know who you affect leaving this earth before you supposed to actually leave this earth. You know?
Yeah. All right, yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, man. Hope
Sorry, y'all
enjoyed
got all
this.
emotional and
It was good,
took a
man.
left turn.
It's all about energies. That's all.
What up, dog?
All right, so shit, we get with y'all, man. Make sure y'all enjoy the show.
No, I'm here right now.